Good evening. I'm Luke Clary.
And I'm Alicia Machado. We'll have much more on this breaking political news. But first, we want to start off with our storm watch for Northern California. From the valley to the Sierra, we have team coverage on this stormy end to the weekend. Let's begin with Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods, who's tracking the rain and snow and an avalanche danger as well, Monica.
That's right, especially into tonight when it becomes especially problematic. As we look outside right now across the region, you can see live in downtown, things are moving smoothly. Dark clouds just off to the west of us. And as far as the Donner Summit, currently it is a sloppy go in the high country. Of course, this is all heading over the weekend. Here's a look at that avalanche danger. As you can see, it's in the considerable category with a weak layer in the snow. That's because of the last storm that came through. So a trigger could be a natural wind event or somebody just skiing over an area that triggers a large avalanche. And again, that becomes especially problematic for tonight. Main band of rain still holding off the coast as well as the snow. Our snow level will be roughly at about 6,500 feet for tonight. Big plume of moisture getting ready to move through, the heaviest of which arrives overnight tonight with our winter storm warning in effect through most of the region through tomorrow evening. And then as we head higher in elevation, that continues until 1 a.m. We could see 1 to 2 feet of snow, wind gusts up to about 40 to 50 miles per hour. Flood watch in effect through much of the Sacramento Valley, extending in through parts of the foothills and over towards the coast as well, especially for low-lying areas where we expect some of the excessive rainfall with a slight risk in that category to be affecting areas north of I-80 over towards the coast and a marginal risk throughout much of the valley. So any of those creeks, the streams, and again, for the morning commute, it is going to be quite problematic. As far as the heavy rain, it comes in right about midnight here. You can see some spotty snow showers for the Sierra, but when it is going to be snowing, it's going to be dumping snow all the way through tomorrow morning. Now, we do get a break on the back edge of this. The only issue is we have the risk of some thunderstorms for tomorrow afternoon. So we'll talk about that as well as more rain and snow in our 10-day forecast, guys.
All right, a lot to track. Thank you, Monica. And another storm on the way means a lot of rain for the valley, but also a lot of snow for the Sierra, as Monica said.
Yeah, that's right. And so as our Jeannie Nguyen found out today, many people are saying, bring it on when it comes to the storm.
As you can see, this storm is picking up with this extra wind and moisture in the air. But you know what? After speaking to everyone here today at Boreal, they say they're welcoming these conditions because it means it will be a great day on the slopes.
When it snows.
That's why we come up here, because it's been raining so hard. So we know it's going to be gangbusters on the snow.
You can be sure Levi Ward will be snowboarding at Boreal with his family.
Tons of white, fluffy powder.
With 16 inches of snow in the last 2 days, this family knew they had to make the trek from Colfax to Boreal.
Excellent conditions, the best conditions ever. A lot of powder, really nice. A little bit heavy snow, but you know what? It's really good, and it's going to be a great base for the season.
The same goes for the Edsons.
Just the powder, honestly. I'm ready for some gnar. Just got to send it.
With another 6 to 12 inches expected tonight, the Edsons say it's the perfect conditions.
It's like 36 degrees. I mean, not too hot, not too warm. You can eat crap, and I mean, you're fine the next day.
Even with an incoming storm, the love for the slopes can't keep both of these families away for long.
I think I got tomorrow off, too, so
we're going to be back on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Now tonight, Boreal will close at 8 o'clock, but they expect to be open again tomorrow with all 6 chairlifts open and operating. You can check on their current conditions on our website at abc10.com.
That was our Jeannie Nguyen reporting. Our team coverage continues as we check in now with ABC 10's Garj Palsanga. You're in Sacramento County tracking the local creeks and rivers as more rain comes in, and those ponds and lakes can seemingly pop out of nowhere fast. Garj Paul.
Yeah, and that is what Sacramento County officials are worried about, Luke, is that rain, especially that heavy rain that comes in just a few hours and it causes all those issues. So you mentioned we're in East Sacramento County. This is Scott Road, what you're looking at right here. But what you see further ahead, that is Deer Creek. And that is what Sacramento County officials are worried about. Right now, it is in the monitor stage, and just about a foot, it could get into the flood stage. So that is what Sacramento County is worried about, especially as we're expecting more rain to come in later on tonight. But let's go and show you a video that as we got closer to that creek, as this is part of the Consumnes River North Delta Group. Sacramento County data shows flood stage for Deer Creek, Ascot Road, just north of Rancho Murrieta, is 162.6 feet. Right now, it is about a foot below the flood stage, and so that is good news. And it has receded since this morning after we received heavy rain, and the levels here were just a few inches from hitting flood stage threshold. And with the flood watch issued, officials are worried that storm systems may cause a rise in small streams, creeks, and area rivers. Now, Sacramento County has set up sandbag locations for residents. You can see there on your screen the 4 locations. The 4 sites are open for residents in the unincorporated portion of Sacramento County, and those 4 locations being the Rosemont, Orangeville, South Sacramento, and Alberta neighborhood. So it is best to prepare for the worst, and that is what Sacramento County officials are preparing for, and especially for this area. We saw last winter where this area, the East Sacramento area, where really dealt with the brunt of that winter weather, but officials are watching to make sure nothing like that happens. Back to you guys.
Yeah, important to monitor this situation here, Garspal. As you mentioned, last year, flash flooding came with deadly consequences. So important that we all stay up to date. Garspal, thank you. And to do that, you can check out the ABC 10 app. Feel free to download it in the App Store and be sure to turn on notifications.